Hey everyone, my name is Mark Hayward. Welcome to Business Growth Talks. Today we are going to talk about Starburst versus California. So we're going to go deep into understanding why California is looking to pass legislation to prohibit certain candies not being sold in California. So thank you very much for joining me. If you are enjoying this content, please do give it a thumbs up. It really is appreciated. If you can leave any comments below that you want to, and I will respond to them. And equally hit the subscribe button. It makes a huge amount of difference to the show. So thank you very much for that. So what I want to talk about today is the role of government, in this case, California, state government, intervening into candies, into sweets that are going to be prohibited. And I'm going to talk about the reason why it is happening. So California was the first state to pass this US legislation, which prohibits certain chemical additives in popular sweets or candies and beverages. Now, I'm going to go a little bit deep into the detail. Assembly Bill number 418 was signed by the governor in September 2023, which prohibits the manufacturing, sale, and distribution of 4 specific ingredients in popular snacks, candies, or sweets. These are bromide, vegetable oil, potassium bromate, propylparan, and red dye green. I knew I was going to have trouble with that. That is actually going to come into effect in January 1, 2027. So there is a time before that happens. The bill was passed in response to concerns about potential health risks of these additives. Brominated vegetable oil, for example, is a flame retardant that has been linked to thyroid problems in animals. Potassium bromate is a flour additive that is banned in many countries due to its concern of cancer risks, which is super interesting. And propylparaben is a preservative that is linked to skin irritation, allergic reaction, and red dye 3 is a food coloring that has been linked to hyperactivity in children. So what we're going to find is that there are lots of things that are being put into these products, and we're working out why California is taking this bold and important step. So what I talked about was Starburst. There are other sweets and candies that are going to be affected by this, but some of them have been impacted. Includes Peeps, which contains red dye green, and Starburst, which includes propylparaben. However, it's important to note that the ban only applies to the ingredients that are added to food intentionally. That's important to know. This means that products that contain these ingredients naturally, like tomatoes, which contain loplasine and a red pigment that is found in red dye green, will not be affected by this ban. Food manufacturers have until 2027. That is quite a long time they're being allowed to go until they have to make this to comply to the new law. And companies will simply change their recipes to remove the banned ingredients, and in some cases may even just stop selling the products in California. So this is going to be massive. I think this is going to put, then basically California's tried to protect its citizens from potential health risks. So some of the sweets or candies that are going to be affected by this, I'm going to name some of them that are being affected. So as I said, Peeps, which Starburst, Nerds, Hot Tamales, I don't know what they are, Double Bubble Gum, Yoo-Hoo Strawberry Drinks, and Branches Candy Corn. It's important to note that this ban only applies to ingredients that have been intentionally added, and that it's going to be January 2027 until they have to be able to do it. So I was thinking, what are the potential health risks? What are the health risks that are going to be that are affected by these sweets or candies? So red dye 3 has been linked to hyperactivity in children, as well as cancer, thyroid tumors, and lab animals. It's really strange that we've got these sorts of products, these sorts of ingredients that have links to. They've not been completely proven, but so much so that California is now actually acting upon it. So the evidence must be quite strong. Propylparaben is a preservative which is linked to skin irritation, allergic reactions, and endocrine disruption. Disruption can intervene with body's hormones, which can lead to a variety of health problems, including reproductive problems, developmental delays, and cancer. And potassium bromate is a flour additive that is banned in many countries due to its concerns with cancer risks. It's important to note that more research is needed to fully understand the health risks of these ingredients, especially in humans. However, the potential risks are concerning, and the state of California is taking action to protect its citizens. In addition, the health risks listed above, some people may also be concerned about the artificial colors and preservatives in food. These ingredients are often used to make food more visually appealing and to extend its life. However, some people believe that these ingredients can have a negative health effect, such as triggering allergic reactions and contributing to inflammation. So it's important that we think about these, the health risks that we're actually doing. And I actually was looking at sweets that my daughter bought, or I bought for my daughter, and the number of preservatives and additives that were in there was shocking. And I said to her, she can't have that anymore because there are too many preservatives. It's also associated eating these candies that are made of natural ingredients. So what you should be looking for is sweets or candies that have the natural ingredients that don't have these artificial colors and preservatives. They are available. You do need to look a little bit harder because all these Starburst and all these nerds and things like that, which are right at the front, massively advertised because there is a big multinational company behind these products that is pushing these sweets. We do have to look for governments, states, whatever it is, to protect us. And we do need to think about that actually these sweets, if they are linked to or are causes of cancer, which is my major concern, but obviously all the other effects are hugely damaging for people, hyperactivity and all the other risks, health risks they are. So we are now asking government to interstep and be able to resolve this by putting in these bans. I will just say 2027 is a long time away, relatively long time away. That gives them a lot of time to be able to make those changes. So that's just one thing. The other thing is, I think I read somewhere else, which I haven't got at the moment, but I think there's a £10,000 fine. I think so. And we need to check that. Please do check that out on the news. But £10,000 fine is going to make no impact on a billion-dollar business that's looking after, that's building these candies and sweets. So we do have to think about that. It is going to be impactful because companies will make changes or remove their products, but the actual deterrent, the actual thing to stop them is very flaky. But to be honest, reputation wise, if they were still selling it after 2027, they would probably reputationally get absolutely crucified for it. So you could argue that the fine is just there as a cursory method to be able to stop them. The reputation would make a much bigger impact on their business. So there we go. Starburst versus California. What's going to happen next? Are other states going to join this idea of banning these sweets and candies? Is the UK, is the EU, are they going to follow suit and be able to try and protect their citizens from cancerous products and sweets and candies? All we need to do is keep an eye out on the news, see what else is going to happen about this. I think it's really fascinating, that whole idea of government intervening to protect its citizens. I think that is very interesting. And let's just see what happens. Look, if you are enjoying this content, please do hit the subscribe button. It really does help the algorithm for the show. So thank you so much for it if you do that. Please do hit a thumbs up, and please do add any comments if you've got that. Look, guys, thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you and sharing you about this. And on to the next one.